We're just never gonna see them, are we, NAKABA? Never. Thank you to our final patrons, Strawbones, Road4765, Midnight Gemlord, Artgoon, and Sean. Now, we've heard this breakdown / discussion on how King and Diane's kids have kind of been done the most dirty out of all the prospective sequel characters. Please do leave your own thoughts on King and Diane's kids in the comment section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, hit that little notification so you miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below. You can support for as low as $1 $1 exclusive videos, early content, and more. Also, now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Now, let's hop into the discussion. What's up, guys? I'm Pencil here, and nah, dog. Like, it's actually been too long. Like, I don't know what NAKABA's cooking right now. I'm not sure if he's, like, really chefing it up, and or he just doesn't want to do it. Like, at first, I thought it was just, we're gonna build to them. Then I thought, well, maybe it doesn't make sense right now for the arc and stuff like that. And then I thought, maybe he's just, like, chefing up their designs. And then finally, Grudge of Edinburgh came out. And we had the Queen of the Giants, and arguably the Queen of the Fairies, come straight to a whole group of fairies and ask them directly, hey, yo, have y'all seen my kids? And we get a confirmation of where they should be, but we just don't see them. Like, NAKABA, why? Like, the thing is, I don't get... Here's the thing. I don't get why he's hiding them. Because they can't be useful. Or at least, like, once we get to the Camelot arc, something that is, it's like 99.9999999999999999999999999 whatever numbers % certain, they can't be useful. So it's not like we're hiding an Escanor, someone who will just break the plot over their knee if they were introduced earlier. Like, here's the thing. The reason I give NAKABA a pass on Escanor for not introducing him in all of Season 1 is because if you introduce Escanor into Season 1, we don't have a plot. Like, we just don't. Because Top of the Morning Escanor solos the verse. Put Top of the Morning Escanor in the Season 1 verse, and it's gone. Like, it's absolutely atomized. But the thing is, in this Four Knights narrative, not only do we have Lance, who already broke the narrative over his knee with such ease that it's actually disgusting, but also they can't even join us in what's going to be the most important arc of the story. They aren't gonna be around for Camelot. We're gonna have limited time with them to begin with, because I'm assuming a major chunk of the story is gonna take place in Camelot, at least a third of it. So at least a third of the narrative is just gonna be unavailable to them because of the non-human barrier. So I guess my question is, what's the holdup? What are we waiting for? It's not like they can be super crazy cracked, and that's why we're holding them off, for the reasons I explained already with Lance and the fact that, the plot's kind of in the air right now. 2, it's not like they're going to be useful later, unless they somehow break the non-human barrier from the inside and can bring them over. It's not like they're going to be useful there. 3, it's not like they're randoms. Like, here's the thing. Four Knights in its very early stages has been introducing, reintroducing, bringing back a whole bunch of just randoms. Point blank, verbatim, nothing but randoms. Dolores? We met Diane's childhood friend before we even got to see Diane or her kids. That one dude that was in Gawain's armor, who's the nephew or the son of that one guy from the one chapter when they met Oslo, like... Really? We're bringing him back before we meet King and Diane's kids. Hauser, bringing him back. Gilthunder, bringing him back. Margaret, bringing her back. Like, we're bringing back everybody else. But you're telling me the children of 2 of our previous titular characters are just, nah, we'll put them to the side for now. We don't really need them like that. Like, that's the thing. I just don't know why. I feel like it's, at this point, just a running gag. Like, there's no way you introduce that line into Grudge of Edinburgh unless you're specifically messing with your audience. Because, like, here's the thing. That line works fine if someone has not read Four Knights of the Apocalypse and is waiting for the anime to come out. Because realistically, you would assume that the kids would be shown in the manga. But considering that, the Seven Deadly Sins / Four Knights fan base is alive and well with just the manga. The anime just got a trailer that I still need to react to and actually look at. You think it would be like top priority number one to get them introduced. We have every other kid so far. Like maybe Meliodas, but then again, we haven't seen them, so I highly doubt Meliodas and Elizabeth have another kid. But still, that's the thing. We've gotten everybody else. We got Bon and Elaine's kid. We got Meliodas and Elizabeth's kid. We got... That's about it, because Merlin doesn't count, and Escanor doesn't count. So we're literally just waiting for this last group. And I know, obviously, the big thing that I feel like some people are going to comment is like, oh, well, we're going there now. Percy, Gawain, and the gang are going towards the Fairy King's farce, and they're going to meet those kids. And I get that, but like, not a whiff, not a taste, not a hint of them, when they're literally going to show up for at bat. Like, let's see, how long do we realistically think they're going to stick around in the Fairy King's Forest? I say at most 20 chapters. At most. And that's kind of stretching it. To be fair, we were in Leonis for a long time, but where's Leonis the home to? A bunch of characters we care about. A bunch of important characters. The main couple from the previous series is stationed in Leonis. I can 100% believe we're going to spend a lot of time there. So I can get why we spent upwards of 41 chapters in Leonis. But King and Diane, like the two characters who, arguably enough, in the original series, got like out of the characters that got like substantial arcs, they were like second worst treated. Like Gother is the only one. Gother and Merlin are the only two characters I could argue were done worse than them. Mainly because like Gother really just was done dirty, and Merlin wasn't a character for majority of Seven Deadly Sins. She was a plot device. But still, even with that, their kids, plural. They have twins. So we have two interesting character designs that we just haven't seen. An interesting biological combination that we haven't seen. Part of me is like, I do want to know how King and Diane made that work. Did they have leftover shrinking pills? What happened to the baby when Diane returned to full size? Like, I genuinely don't, or babies, twins, once again. I don't know. And something tells me I don't want to find out, but I can bet money that there's probably already something on the internet that tries to explain it. But even still, it's just like weird. Because that's the thing, I just can't think of a reason. And I think, and the saddest thing is, I think the kids can be cool. I think they can be really, really, really cool. If Lance is pretty much an example of what we can get from a royal fairy hybrid, Lance is cracked. Lance is stupid. Lance is dumb in terms of his abilities and power. But just his raw abilities are already cracked. These kids are literally the perfect nature deities. Fresh packaged from the strongest giant and the strongest fairy. You're telling me they wouldn't be cool to see? They wouldn't be cool to watch? They wouldn't be cool to design? Like, NAKABA, what's the holdup, man? Like, are you cooking? Like, are we chefing it up? But what are we chefing for? Because that's the thing. We're in such a weird spot. Because if we don't take down the barrier, they can never be relevant. But if we do take down the barrier, then what's the point of the Four Knights? Because the Four Knights, I'm assuming a major part is that they're all human, so they can all invade Camelot. And I think Arthur's maintaining the barrier, especially with the revelations of the recent chapter. Arthur has to be the one holding that bad boy together, right? So they have to take down Arthur to take down the barrier, so these kids just will get nothing. And, like, don't get me wrong, I get it. It's not like King and Diane really had the best treatment in the original narrative either, so I should expect their kids to get any better, especially when they're not meant to be narratively relevant at all by the nature of their very biology. Like, trust me, I fully understand that, but like, I half want to see them just because they're two of the titular characters' kids. That's one of the reasons, and the other reason is just because I think their abilities could be really, really cool. Like, can you imagine disaster and creation in the same being? You have King manipulating a spirit spear that's surrounded by earth. And he just lobs like a flaming meteorite at you that explodes on impact. Sunflower that's mixed with blasting you while you're pinned down by a diamond fortress. Having the ability to use the Guardian alongside Earth Fist to just absolutely pummel somebody. Increased spears, increased daggers being magnified by chunks of diamond sharpened to a fine point to truly tear apart your opponent. These abilities are nuts. Imagine a mother creation infused with the ability to instantly amplify all of your wounds. That's the thing. These kids have arguably, stroking the beard and thinking about it real quick, arguably just as much potential as Tristan and Lancelot to be snapped, because their abilities are so good. They are insanely good. If their parents are anything, King was snapped on his own and he barely utilized his abilities as he should. I would have been amplifying the damage on everybody. Imagine what the kids could do now that they have the best of both worlds. Imagine it. We could go nuts with them. And I guess that thing I understand is that, like, we never will. We never will. These characters will never, ever be allowed to go nuts. Because who are they really going to go nuts against? Are we really going to let these two random characters overshadow the 4 Knights of the Apocalypse? Especially now that we have Gawain new to the group. By the time we see them in the Fairy King's Forest, after we finally get there, after who knows how long this little mini journey is going to be, while we haven't even separated yet, who knows how long it's going to be until we see them, how long we're going to get to see them, and who's going to even be allowed to properly fight. These kids may be pacifists for all we know. They could take after their mom and just not want to fight. So NAKABA is not just giving us a cruel joke by just not letting us see their designs, see their characters that realistically everyone's been waiting a pretty long time for, considering once again these are the children of 2 of our previous titular characters. And he's not just holding that off from us, but he's also holding off the amazing potential that they could have as warriors, as combatants in this battle manga. So, like, I'll admit, they really are just a sick joke of twin characters. However, that's what I think. Please let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure the little notification bells so you miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below. It's more for as low as $1. Cut them one, download, kill exclusive videos, early content, and more. You can also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Now, thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Dago the Pencil, writing off.